I resolved that the first person that I would talk to about the action that I wanted to be able to take to turn my experience and every woman who's had breast cancer's experience into a force for good was going to be May McCarmo. So, May, I can't thank you enough, because really the genesis of the Early Act started in May McCarmo's heart. It really did. So you should know that.
I firmly believe that God puts people in your life for a reason, because breast cancer has a voice. Young women in breast cancer has not had a voice for them like Debbie's voice. And she had this amazing vision for creating a nationwide program to educate women about breast cancer, to get young women, young girls aware of why this is an important issue. What we're going to create with the Early Act by supporting this legislation is going to create a nationwide awareness for women under 40, for their families, for their doctors.
Enjoy this evening, become more aware, and join us as we advocate for change.
And the Early Act is so absolutely important, and getting the people behind us to support this.
So let me thank the Tigerlily Foundation for the work you do in educating and really comforting those who are going through mental stress of breast cancer. You know, I'm proud to be a sponsor of the Early Act, and I understand how important early intervention really is.
Any woman in the world that calls on Tigerlily and says, I need help with my bills, I need help with my mortgage, or I just need support, I just need somebody to talk to. That's what Mayma does.
I want you to look at the person next to you and tell them, if you learn, you can live. Look at the person next to you on the other side and tell them, if you learn, you can live.
Young women are dying of breast cancer, and if we can save just one by making them more aware of their breast, then we have done something. The Early Act can make a difference for the fight against breast cancer.
5% is 11,000 young women who become victims of breast cancer, and 1,100 of them die. So it's not a percentage. These are real lives, and we have got to make the case to those really outside the Capitol, because
after 30 years, the message isn't out there yet. We're a lot better than we used to be, but the message isn't being heard enough. There are still too many people coming in to see me that haven't been taken seriously.
Think about that for a second, that we had to legislate to allow poor women to have mammograms. And then guess what happened after that? She had to come back and bring legislation again to provide treatment for those women who were diagnosed.
What inspired me to go on to my career was meeting women like all the women that you've heard from today. I think we can all look back at the messages that we heard and realize that breast cancer is a disease that spans the entire spectrum.
And so the Early Act for me is, as a young woman who's had breast cancer, it's just right on time. You know, I love the name, the Early Act, because so many young women are getting told they're too young to have breast cancer. We're being told, come back in 6 months. We're being told it's not a young woman's disease. That is not true. This bill is something that so many of us who've gone through surgeries, mastectomies, months of chemotherapy, having our children ask us, Mommy, are you going to die? It's like an early Christmas present. When it happens, it'll be perfect for us. Wonderful.